fine for only. Show, but now it's national in scope. This was our largest group of entries in the past 10 years. We have over 120 entries on this show, and our juror, Rebecca, will introduce in a moment, did a wonderful job selecting, paring down 120 into this great exhibit. I'm proud to say that in the 12 years that the gallery has been here, we've never had a bad show. I mean, it's all been top-notch, top-quality artwork, and we're real proud of that. And we don't do this without a bunch of help from a lot of people. I'm going to recognize the people that sponsor our merit awards, and then as we hand out the merit awards, I'm going to ask them to come up and actually give them out. And what we tasked Rebecca to do is once we got the show installed, she came in and what she thought would be a 15-minute ordeal took her about 2 days to pick the merit award winner best in show and 5 other merit awards that are not stacked in any order, and we get cash awards from sponsors that flow straight through to the artist. The gallery doesn't keep any of it, so it's a pretty nice deal for the artist. I want to recognize Steve Woods for Steve. Steve's over here with Barstow Credit Union. Barstow Federal Credit Union has been a sponsor every 10 years that we did, every year that we've done this for 10 years. They're one of our original sponsors, and they're still on board. And thanks Steve and Barstow for their support of the arts in the community. Steve also, and I'll go ahead and give him another plug. He's a Vernon Parish School Board member, and he listens to us when we go to him and talk to him about increasing arts and arts education in the school. And we really appreciate that because we have a friend, several friends on the board, but he's definitely one of them. Joe and Lynn, where are y'all? Joe and Lynn Saverno back here, citizens. They came to us and said a couple of years ago and said, hey, this is a great thing, we want to give you some money for an award. So they put up $300 every year, and we do an award in their honor, and it flows through to the artists. So we thank them for their support. I have Dylan and Candace over here. They're representing the McRae family. About 4 years ago, the family of Dr. Billy McRae, who was a staunch supporter of the arts in Vernon Parish since the 50s, I guess, they said, we want to do something to honor Dr. McRae and her contribution to the arts. And for those of you that haven't been to the art park that we have here in Leesville, the gallery is put together, there's a brochure over there. There's a large sculpture in honor of Dr. McRae over there also. But the McRae family for the last several years has given money as a merit award. We appreciate that too. This is a really interesting one. I've never met this gentleman. I think Cheryl and Ken know him. Mr. Chris Troll, who went to school at Pickering, followed us on Facebook, and 4 years ago said, I want to give some money to this show. So for the last 4 years, this gentleman that lives in Washington, D.C., sends us a check so we can give an artist an award, and we really appreciate that from him. I don't think he's ever been in the gallery. I correspond with him, and he looks at all the images and all the pictures online, and I send them to him in a file so he can look at them and kind of be a part of it. But even from a long distance, we really appreciate what he's done. We have Chuck Owen here. I've asked Chuck to come tonight to represent not only his uncle, but his family. Chuck has been a big supporter of the art park and the other things that the gallery does. And his uncle, Claude Buddy Leach, since this show has started 10 years ago, has always given an award for an artist. So we appreciate their family's involvement in this. The last one I want to mention, and they don't have a representative here tonight. John said that they were running, he couldn't make it. But the Vernon Parish Tourism Commission is a very big part of what we do. They're one of the few tourism commissions in the state that recognize that a facility like this can create commerce and travel and visitors, and witness that tonight, how many of y'all travel from out of town to be here. So they give us a little money every year. This is our biggest fundraiser for the gallery, and they help and support us, and it's a symbiotic thing. They use the gallery for events and for meetings and that sort of thing, so we really appreciate their support. Now I want to introduce Rebecca Crony, and I was going to ask her just to say a few things about her process for picking the show and what she went through, and say a few words. So Rebecca is with Auburn University, okay? And she teaches art at Leesville High School, and she's also a military spouse, so we thought it appropriate to ask her to be the juror this year.
Well, thanks, Tony. I just wanted to say how honored I am to have been chosen to select all the works for the show. This is my first time being a guest, being a juror for an exhibition like this, and it was really an amazing experience. As Tony said, there were over 100 entries for the show, so it was really difficult to choose. Everyone was so talented. Essentially, it went through going through a bunch of slides. Things look very different digitally than they do in person. So when I came in yesterday to kind of make some of those picks, I got surprises. Same as I think everybody else did. So next year maybe we can put dimensions on everything. But as a whole, I was really impressed with the very diverse group of artists that we had. All the artwork is so different. As you can see, we have really dainty, lovely, intimate sculptures and really traditional painting. We have some very contemporary painting, and then we also have some digital art, which I was really excited to see because you don't see a lot of that in this format. So other than that, I think that's it.
I think you did a great job, and it was a wonderful show, so thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's give out some cash. I'm going to ask Steve to come up. And this is the Barksdale Credit Union Award, and sadly she's not here tonight. I texted her and asked her if she was coming, but she said she couldn't. But you can read off who it is. It's Wendy Starn for her fabric piece, the black and white fabric piece on the wall over here. Joe or Lynn? This is the Joe and Lynn Soberno Merit Award, and it goes to
personal favorite, Ken Friscorn.
for his home back here. We're really proud of Ken Ford. And we'll get pictures of everybody with their pieces. We're really proud of Ken's work. Ken is retired military and started out with us as a photographer. And one day I kind of challenged him to do some other things. and he's moved into painting and now into sculpture. And he had a show here earlier this year, and I think he sold out the whole show with his little ball. Cheryl, would you come hand down the one for Chris Troll, please?
Okay.
Rita Ford.
Tony, which picture was that?
Huh? Willow Red, this one a little small.
Can you tell us about that?
Oh, sure.
Tell us about your
Well, it's based on a series that I'm doing, on a dream that I had once when I was a kid, and just the adventures of this girl that was in my dream.
Pretty impressive. This is the Dr. Billy McRae Merit Award.
sharing names.
This dainty little lady welds a hammer and a welding hood and builds these incredible steel sculptures that you see up there. What the juror thought was the best in show. And sadly, he's not here tonight. I just got a text from him. They live in Shreveport. But this year's Merit Award goes to Ben Moss for his piece. A friend of the gallery. He participated this summer during Mayfest. We got a grant and put on a chalk art workshop with an international friend of ours that does chalk art all over the world. And Isabel participated, and Rebecca participated, and he came down from Shreveport and participated in that. He's a fine painter, he's an educator, he teaches in the Mosier Parish school system, and he's a muralist. He does outdoor murals. So I'll send him a note, and we'll thank him for being involved. Please, I'm sure people want to take pictures of people with their works. Enjoy yourselves, and please come eat. And that's all we got. Thank you.
See you later on my channel. Bye bye.